Hello and welcome to our webinar, Getting Started with TYO. My name is Saveria and I'm the Communications Manager for Transforming Youth Outdoors, also known as TYO. Before we dive into the website, I would like to share some background on TYO for those of you that are new to us. A few years ago, a number of organizations came together to find an innovative way to improve the quality of youth outdoor programming. The Children in Nature Network, Outdoor Outreach, the Sierra Club, and the Outdoor Foundation, along with the financial support of REI, the North Face, and the Youth in the Outdoors Legacy Fund, came together and TYO was born. Through extensive market research designed to help determine what the community needed, we learned that there's often a gap between the passion and enthusiasm of people trying to get kids outdoors and the ability to execute successful programs. Research found that there was not necessarily a need for more programs, but for better quality programs. It was discovered that these programs needed functional tools to support their organizations in maintaining, growing, and starting programs. A number of topic areas presented themselves when researchers asked youth outdoor organizations, what do you need? Where are you struggling? What are your pain points? From this research, we started to answer these questions, and the TYO online learning community was created. TYO scales the impact of outdoor youth development and transforms the lives of youth by providing best practices, tools, and support to the individuals and organizations working with youth in the outdoors. We are a free technology platform that enables those in the field of outdoor youth programming to learn, share, network, and build upon their successes. Membership to TYO is free, and you can sign up at mytyo.org. Webinars like this are just one of the many ways that TYO connects you to experts and valuable learning opportunities. Now let's explore the TYO platform. On the left sidebar, you will find access to all of our resources. The first one we're going to look at today is the Browse page. On the Browse page, you will find featured content with the top, including invitations to upcoming events, gatherings, and other valuable resources that we are sharing with our community. Next, you will find our content topic areas, which are divided into the following categories. Outdoor resources, which focuses on the hard skills we are teaching our youth. Operations and program development, which helps you build, grow, and manage your program successfully. And professional and youth development, which focuses on supporting the people in your program and organizations. Our topic areas were carefully curated by subject matter experts. We hired subject matter experts in each topic area to ensure that we are providing best-in-class resources. We know that anyone can go to the internet and search, for instance, how to start a hiking program and get thousands of results. But we have taken the time to make sure that all of our content will be relevant and productive to the work you're doing getting youth outdoors. To dive into the content, you can click on one of our topic areas from the Browse page, and it will show you, such as hiking, and it will show you the 5 most popular pieces of content within that topic. At the bottom, you can also click on Browse All Content or All Paths, in which you will find all of the content or paths relevant to the topic area that you're looking at. You can also come to the left sidebar and click on Content, which is the little book, to access the full content library. Once in the content library, you're able to search and find resources for all of the content we have on the site. You're able to easily filter these results by content type. So over here, you can look at document, web pages, media, or webinars. You can filter by provider, which is all of our partners. You can also filter by topic. So for instance, if I wanted to look at the fund development topic, I can click on it, and it'll show me the 52 pieces of content that are related to fund development. By unclicking that, I now have all of the videos and all of the resources available to us. You can also search by keyword or tag. So for instance, I could type in hiking, and it'll bring up all of the hiking results. By clicking on any one of these pieces of content, you are directed to a content page. All of our content pages will open in TYO and look very similar to this. This one is a video, so it's considered a media page. So when I click on this video, it will start playing right within TYO. I'm going to go ahead and hit pause because we don't have the 15 minutes to check out the whole video. But this is a great point. So if I'm in a piece of content, I really like it, and I want to check it out, but I want to save it for later, I can just come up here and click on my learning queue, and this allows me to add it, to save it for later. So I can click on this plus sign, and I can actually even put a date. So I can say, okay, I'm going to save this. I want to check it out by July 30th. So I can set a reminder of when I want to learn it by, and then it'll add it to my learning queue. I can also share this content by clicking on the arrow button. I can share it with other TYO learners or to gatherings within TYO. I can also like it, and then once I'm done watching it, I can mark it complete. This functionality happens for all of our content. Our content library includes lesson plans, trainings, templates, guides, video tutorials like the one you just saw, and more. There is a ton of resources in here. Our guides, and here's an example of one of them, are usually in one of two formats. They're either in a PowerPoint presentation or usually a PDF that has a more comprehensive look at a specific topic. So our guides, again, just like any of the other things, when you click on them, you can bring it up, you can view the guide right within TYO. I'll see here, the PowerPoint. You can also print it, you can download it, you can share it, you can save it for later. So again, lots of great resources within TYO here. So in addition to the guides, which I just mentioned, we also have templates and checklists. And the templates and checklists are often Word documents or Excel spreadsheets. And these are great because when you download them, you can actually customize them very easily. So it has the skeleton of the information that you could use for a trip, saving you lots of time because you're not starting the document from scratch. But you can download it, you can add your logo, you can create your own intro, add your times, and then add or delete any of the recommendations that we've made here to customize these documents for your specific purposes. So templates and checklists are really great ways to save time, use existing formats that have already been used before in the field, and spend more time getting your kids outdoors than working on building all of these resources. You can also find samples documents on TYO. So we have a number of samples that have been shared with various partners on TYO, and these samples are often examples of budgets. They could be calendars, memorandums of agreement, letters of intent. Again, all very valuable resources that have been used successfully in the field, and a lot of our partners have shared these samples with you, and you can go ahead and model your documents after those as well. So we realized as we were putting all of this content into TYOs that even though you can filter it and you can narrow down your search, all of this information is great, but it might also still be a bit overwhelming. And sometimes it might be hard to figure out where to start. And so this is where paths come in. So for instance, in our fund development or our let's say our program models topic, there's 34 pieces of content. So I might click on that, but I realize that a lot of times people don't know what they don't know. So I'm looking through this information, I don't know where to start. So by creating paths, and if you look over here on the left where the arrow sign is, we can click on those. We've created a way to organize resources into a step-by-step learning path. So for instance, if you are looking to develop your outdoor program model, you might come here, and so this could be a great resource for somebody to use start to finish who wants to learn a completely new area of expertise. So learning path is a great place, you know, step one to the very end of learning a new area, learning a new topic, and maybe expanding your program in a direction that you don't already do. The paths are also good resources for people who may have expertise in these areas, and maybe they just want to compare what they are already doing, get some new ideas, and look at the different things. So different content pieces. So each of these paths are broken up into sections. They generally have a flow. So in this case, it's planning is the first one, and then we look at execution, we look at evaluation, and then additional resources. So for somebody who is starting this journey from the very beginning, it may be helpful to start from the very beginning. You look at the guide, you can read it, download it, and get more information in that way. So once you've completed that, you can move on to additional guides. You can look again, as I mentioned, we have samples in here. templates, all sorts of great resources. So paths are a really great way to learn a new topic area. And once you've clicked on one of those content areas and completed it, you've officially started that path. So there's also a number of custom paths that have been created within here, and these can be great training tools for staff, volunteers, organizations. A good example of this as a training tool is our Natural Leaders path, and our Natural Leaders partner was doing a legacy camp last summer for new leaders in their network. And before leaders came to this camp, they had them each go through this path and get an overview of what was going to be happening. So for example, they had an introduction on what Natural Leaders Network is, what the legacy camp was going to be, how to prepare for the camp, how to connect with other participants prior to getting there, and additional resources. So this was a really great training tool that was used by the Natural Leaders and easily could be used for any organization. We also have paths that are more educational in nature. So for example, we have this pollinator resources path. So we were hired by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to create a simple tool for educators to learn how to integrate pollinator activities and projects into their classrooms and programs. So you can see here, again, we took a very broad topic area of pollinators and tried to make it relatively simple so that outdoor educators and teachers could easily teach about pollinators in an outdoor setting. So we have education, so we taught, we created some resources to teach not only the educators about pollinators, but provide them lesson plans that they could share with their students. We provided some really great activities, including a pollinator garden, which they can create a whole schoolyard habitat project if they wanted. We also, I singled out the monarch butterfly as one of the most well-known pollinators, and a great resource for people to have, and then we provided additional resources. So as I mentioned before, paths are great ways to either teach about a specific subject, train people in a specific area of expertise. There's a number of options. And to learn more about custom paths and how you might work with us to create these, you can email support@mytyo.org and just let us know that you're interested in creating a path. So to wrap up the content exploration on TYO, we wanted to make sure that you know that using our TYO content hopefully will make you more efficient, help you be more productive, and help you save time by not having to reinvent the wheel, as well as helping your professional growth by learning new skills. We hope that you save this content to use it as at your convenience, and that you share it with colleagues and friends as you find things that you're really excited about. So on that note, the social part of this, and we talk about the TYO community a lot, and we really hope and encourage you to have your colleagues join TYO, but we also hope that you use TYO to expand your own community and by having access to this group of like-minded people with similar professions and passions. And the ability to create and build community is within TYO is one of the reasons why we really love this platform. So we have our learners, and if you come here, we have almost 1,000 people currently in TYO, which we're very excited about. They represent a number of different organizations. This is just a sampling of them, as well as a number of different areas and professions, different kinds of professions and expertise, also a number of different locations. We are now in, I think, just about every state, if not all states, as well as internationally with a number of different countries. So as you discover learners, you can connect people, you can follow them to see what other people that maybe share a similar interest or work within your organization, what their learning path is happening in TYO. So this is really great. But one of the things that we realize, much like the content, is that when you have all of these people as individuals and it has such diversity, how do we create sub-communities or ways to really focus on building community within the sub-communities within the greater communities? And that's where gatherings come in. So with gatherings, we have a way now to create sub-communities within TYO. And currently the gatherings are being used to connect members either by a specific geographic location, around a specific topic, or within a specific organization. Gatherings can be open to all TYO members or closed, which requires members to request access and an admin to approve these requests. So all gatherings require an administrator or moderator to run the gathering. And we have a number of different ones that I'm going to show as some examples. So, for example, an example of a closed gathering that we have is this one for the Let's Move Outside initiative. And so they have a national initiative. They have coordinators and core members in states and cities all across the United States. And so they needed a place where all of those people could come together. They could share resources, they could have conversation, they could connect with each other. So each gathering has its own catalog. And so again, we've now taken this broad universe of TYO content and we're now focusing it to a catalog that is relevant just to this subcommunity. This content or this content catalog can include content and paths from within TYO. You can also share content from the outside based on, as long as it's online and you have a URL. There's also threaded conversations that are able to happen now within here. So again, you can have people asking questions. For instance, this person was working on their vision statement. She needs help. And so she basically reached out to the network to find out what other people have been doing to save her time and valuable, invaluable time to be able to reach out to her community and now ask for their help. So there's a really great opportunity here for peer-to-peer learning within a community or organization. We also have created, as I mentioned, gatherings around specific topics. And so for our topic gatherings, we've enlisted a subject matter expert to moderate this gathering. So for example, for our digital marketing and content strategy gathering, we have Jen Lamboy of Mooncut Mountain Creative. And she is a content strategist, so she's in here helping drive the conversation about how to improve your content strategy and creating content for your organization. So again, and this is an open gathering, so anyone can join, which is great, and then have access to experts and your peers and expand your areas of expertise. So before we log off, just real quick, another functionality that happens within TYO is up here in this top right corner, you have your profile. So you can view your profile. This is where you can edit and change things as needed. So you can add your picture, you can, this is where you edit your name, your location, your title, your skills, and your about section, which is a little bit about you. We really recommend that you fill out your profile, as it's a great networking tool and it allows people to find you. You can also edit your settings here. So this is where you can edit how often you get updates on what's going on with TYO. The maximum that you'll ever get notified is daily, and that's if you want it. So you can check in here to change your settings. You can also use this section to invite other people. And when you come to TYO, you can also look up here. So there's this little bell and it has a number on it. So when you come to TYO, if anything new has happened within your personal universe, so people that you're following, gatherings that you may have been a part of, you'll see this little number and you'll get notifications within TYO of what's new. So you can come in here and check out, maybe somebody sent you a message, maybe somebody when you're in your gathering started a new conversation that you want to check out. So it's a quick and easy way to check out what's going new from these notifications. You can also use this little search button up here to search the entire site. So this is just the ability, for instance, if I want to search hiking, again, a pretty generic term, but it'll start pulling up all content related to hiking, any paths, any users that may have put hiking as a skill or as an area of expertise, as well as gatherings that may be related to that. So using this search function that's up in the top right corner allows you to search the whole page. And then you can see on their profile, you get sort of a snapshot of your own personal page here. So I'd like to thank you for taking the time today to learn more about TYO. We hope that you're able to save valuable time and energy by having access to all of these great resources and that you become an active part of the TYO community. We hope that you use it to build new relationships and learn from peers and experts and expand your professional development. If you have any further questions, please feel free to email me at stilden@mytyo.org. Again, that is STILDEN@mytyo.org. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to learn more about TYO, and we hope that your journey on TYO is fruitful and productive, and we can't wait to see you in the system. Thank you.